Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So for today's video, we're going to do my June favourites. So let's go ahead and have a look. Alright, so it looks like a lot. It's not as much as you'd think, but I actually did get a bit of an opportunity this month to play. So when I get to play, I get to find new favourites. Like I said, it looks like a lot. It's really not. So, but I'm just going to start off with what's on the side here. So the first thing is my gel press. Oh my god, do I love this thing. If you saw Friday's video, you know that I love this thing. I never know what I'm going to create. I just grabbed two of the cards that I made in that video. I've now finally put them onto card bases. This one's actually growing on me. I really didn't like it when I did it. If you remember that video, go and have a look. It's a long one, but it's awesome. I really didn't like it when I did it, but something about it has kind of grown on me in the meantime, and now I really like it. The gel plate, I don't know what I'm calling it. The gel plate can be finicky, and you can sort of look at things and go, oh, I don't really like that. The more you look at what you created, the more you love it. And I mean it, I look through some of the things that I've done with it, and I sort of go, now I think it's really cool. It's just taken me a little while. I'm really excited to try. So this is something I have a plan to do in the very near future. I have a plan to do something. So rather than doing what I did on Friday and just creating for the sake of creating and not really having a reason to create, I want to do something different. I want to actually have a theme. I want to have a background I'm trying to make and see if I can create it. So it's the opposite thing. So that'll be a video coming up very, very soon. But I'm just loving playing with it and just experimenting and just seeing what I can make. So while we're talking about random, just seeing what I can make, I'm just seriously just grabbing out bunches of things here. I bought at Picture to Page, so a lot of the things that I'm showing you today I bought at a Picture to Page, which is why I've had time to play with them. I got some texture paste. So this is the Ranger Tim Holtz texture paste. I also did get just I think it's just the regular texture paste. Yeah, just the regular Ranger texture paste as well. I've played with just this one. I haven't played with the other one yet. But I did this just through a stencil. I just made it up with some ink to sort of colour it. These are really, really pretty. They're not perfect, which is kind of the point. I think I did it with Kitsch Flamingo, but I can't remember. And it's just a simple card. Such a simple card, just using a stencil and some of this just because I wanted to play with it and see what I could create. And then a really simple sentiment on top. Easy as pie, took me about 15 minutes, but was just a lot of fun to do. Speaking of easy, fun cards, so I'm going to sort of show this as the, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, show this as this is what I've been loving, but you'll get the point. It's washi paper. I'm always inspired by Trish over at Hobby Hoppers. She puts some of the best pictures up on Instagram of what she does with her washi paper. And I feel like washi paper is really underappreciated. You sort of look at a washi tape and you go, oh yeah, that's pretty, I want to use that. But then you buy it and you use it once. Whereas if you put it into a washi paper like this, you can really use it over and over again for so many different things. Like I said, follow her over on Instagram because she does some really cool cards using her washi paper. This one was one that I used in one of my planner decorations. It worked out really well. This has just got all my purples in it, but I had a little bit left over, so I kept it. But washi paper, it's amazing stuff. It really is, and it's so simple to do. The technique is fantastic, and that's where these two came from. This is just using washi paper. I was again inspired by Trish, and she was just making some of the gorgeous cards, so I thought I'd jump on board with that. Really simple. It's two pieces of cardboard, which I cut out one and I got a 2 for, so you got the sending big hugs with the washi paper, and then you got the actual outcut sort of as the other one. Simple cards, didn't take me long, fun to do. And then this is the die that makes that. So this is the giant sending big hugs from Fawn. I do know, and I'm hoping I already have it. I don't know, I might have it, I don't know yet. With the release last week, there is now a giant happy birthday and a giant happy birthday to you. I'll get one or the other, I haven't decided yet. But it's so easy. It's just, you just chuck a sentiment on it. There's nothing more simple than that. You make some paper, whether you do it ink blending, whether you do it washi paper, whether you do it with stencils. The possibilities of what to make the actual sentiment out of are limitless. You can do anything. You can do flicks, you can do patterns, you can just use pattern paper, you can just use plain paper. So many different things. I think that, and I know Fawn aren't the first to do it, but I just think that particular idea from Lawn Fawn is really, really awesome. So while we've sort of been looking at all of those things, I guess we need to bring in, it looks like a lot of, I'm aiming at all of these are my favorites. It's not just one. Sorry, I can't actually even grab hold of them. It's stencils, because I use them in basically every project I do at the moment. Basically everything I do, I use a stencil of some kind. This one is by far my favorite at the moment. It's the Lawn Fawn Plaid stencil. There's another brand new one coming in the new release that I just can't wait to get my hands on. But I'm finding other kinds of stencils that I really enjoy. So I will admit I started off with Lawn Fawn, and if you have a look here, you kind of go, Ashley, you have a problem, and you're right, I do. I have a problem. I must have all the Lawn Fawn stencils, but they're really good. I do have a couple of Uniquely Creatives in here as well. I love this one from Hero Arts, and they've got a confetti one that came out with the last birthday release that I really want to get as well. But I would never have looked twice at this one, but it was at Picture to Page, and I wanted a hexagon, and it's beautiful. It did some really lovely things on the gel press. So much you can do with it. And then more to the point, you can then get other stencils. So these ones are ones that I've cut myself on the Cricut. That one, this one here is actually one that I cut with the Cricut. I've got some circles, I've got just some plain stripes, some vertical stripes, or horizontal stripes if you want to do it that way. These ones are just from Kmart, and they do such a great job. And then you've got a couple, that's from Uniquely Creative, another one I cut myself. And I have just recently bought some Mylar, which is what stencils are actually made out of. It's actually like that kind of thicker plastic. Because when I cut them here, like with my Cricut, I've just been using acetate, and the acetate is great, it does the job, but it's not as thick as the Mylar. So I'm experimenting with making my own stencils with the Mylar. So I don't know if that's something you guys want to see. If it is, please let me know, because I will definitely show you. Alright, I'm kind of jumping all over the place. I'm trying to keep them consistent. So because I am loving stencils so much, this is the one thing at Picture to Page that I just had to have. There was no question about it. When I went, I said, like, I took my stepmom. It was so good. It was the week before Melbourne went into lockdown. I was so glad that she was like able to come, and we had such a great day. But we went and did a loop, which is what I suggest whenever you go to a craft fair or a craft show or whatever. Do a loop first, find out where things are, and then go back and get them. But don't buy on your first lot round, because you'll find different places have different things, different places have different things at different, like the same things at different prices. Only one store had this, but I still was good. I saw it and then went away. I did consider hiding it in case someone else bought it, but thankfully when I got back it was still there. This is I know that was a really long-winded introduction. This is the Wavy VIC Make Art Station, spelled STAY-TION. In other words, it holds stuff still. So this is a piece of metal, and we have magnets. It's that simple. But it makes stenciling so much easier. All I do, and you've seen it now in a couple of videos because I have been using this like crazy, I just put a little bit of tape that holds my cardstock still, or I use the ruler to hold it down. Magnets, sorry, Charlotte's crying. Magnets on the corners of the stencils to hold that down, and ink away. I don't feel the need to use pixie spray. I've never had pixie spray. I did see it at Picture to Page, and I thought about it, and I thought, no, you're going to try this first. And if this doesn't work, then you can get the pixie spray. Don't think I need it. I just hold it, and if it works fine. This thing, I love it. Seriously, could be the top of my favorites for the whole year at the moment. All right, last thing, sort of, it kind of fits in with that one. Last thing that sort of goes in a continuous. The rest of them are kind of be a little bit on their own. It's the Hero Arts underwater one that was it was actually the May. I think I said June in the video, but it's the May monthly hero. It's the underwater. That card took forever. Damn, it was worth it. Sorry, I'll just go and grab it because I still look at it and I think, man, you're pretty. I made so many boo-boos. I made so many mistakes. I don't care. I still think it looks amazing. But this was one that I just did on my own afterwards. It is the simplest thing. It's seriously the stencil in a square, and then I've got a heat embossed jellyfish. That's it. I know I saw this a lot on Instagram, something very similar to this anyway, and I just thought it looked really cool. In hindsight, I probably should have white heat embossed that, I learn, but I really love that one. And I think it would be a really nice card just to send someone who maybe it's like a sympathy card. So salt water heals everything. And on the inside, this is one of my favorite quotes actually, salt water heals everything, whether it's tears, sweat, or the sea. Because to me, that's very, very true. It's always tears or the sea for me, never sweat. But anyway. All right, last thing that I got from Picture to Page. I am going fast here on purpose because I know that my favorites are long videos and I'm trying not to make this one quite so long. You are going to see this in a video really soon. This is the Gina K Wreath Builder. I love this. I have been using it and I can lose myself to wreath building. I will do a video, but go and check it out. I will link Jennifer Maguire's video on the wreath builder because it's just amazing. And I just had a play with it and just made this one. Very, very simple, played with some circles. You don't have to do them as circles, you can do them as, there's lots of ways to use this. There are a bunch of other wreath builder sets, but you don't necessarily have to use the wreath builder stencils with the stamps. And that's what I'll be showing you in that video. So stay tuned for that, it's coming up very soon. Have not filmed it yet, but it's coming soon. All right, last thing when it comes, nearly last thing when it comes to card making. And it's this stamp by Darkroom Door. You saw the video I did where I did my stash stocker. I've since made lots of cards that were stash stockers, but that's not the point. This stamp is amazing, and now all I want to do is play with background stamps. I still love all my other stamps, but there's something really cool about a background stamp, and I saw one on Instagram actually just before that was like a butterflies. Oh my god. I'll link that video because I think it's actually a YouTube video. Like the Instagram post was pointing to a YouTube video. I love it. I am so happy that I found Darkroom Door. I kind of, not was avoiding them, that's not the right word, but it's like anything. Once I start collecting a company, I want it all, and I can't do that because you can't want all the Hero Arts, all the Lawn Fawn, all the Darkroom Door, and all the Uniquely Creative. You just can't do that because I won't have any money. So I need to find one. I'm learning to pick. Oh, I also want all the Ultra New. Alright, this is the last thing when it comes to card making. Then I have two little planner favorites as well. It's just sentiments, and I have a bunch now. I have a bunch of different ways to get them. Whether it's using so this one here is from Uniquely Creative, and it's one of their cut aparts. Really great way to do it. It's a sheet, like it's a dollar sheet. It's made out of toner paper, like it's printed on toner paper, so you can foil this if you want to. You can get the Essentials dies that I love so much. I know I've shown them in other favorites, so I won't worry about showing them now. But you can get the Essentials dies that just line up with them, whether they're the circles or the lines. It's just easy, and they cut out either these ones or like these ones, or they do white ones as well. I'm trying to find a white one. I've got so many others. There we go. So just a white one. And then I found, when I was sort of going through things, I had a bunch of postcards that were sentiment strips, or that had just sentiment stuff on it. These ones I think were from Dawn. And then I had these ones I think are from Dawn as well, that were just on some of her cards that she sends with her orders. So you have those. You have obviously the ones that I then stamp out with my, what are they called? The essential card making ones. You can have these ones. That Deepest Sympathy would actually work really well with the ocean things too, just running it. And then Denise from Luscious Labels has these ones as well, which also are printed with toner paper and will, like toner ink, and will foil. So it's just, the next time you are thinking about a new thing to bring into your craft room, especially to use with your card making, think about the easiest, most cost-effective way to do things. Buying all the sentiment stamps is fantastic, but there's also a lot of other ways to do it. And especially if you're going to buy the sentiment stamps, don't buy a big stamp set that's just got one sentiment you like. Try and get something that's got a bit of everything. And it was what I was telling people at Picture to Page. The reason that the Uniquely Creative ones are so good is because you get so many from the one, and it might just be the one that you want at that point, but then you can seriously keep them in here. And the next time I make a card, I might want something that just sort of says, I'm just trying to find something. So I need to make a flower card in the next couple of days. Here's a sentiment that says, live life in full bloom, done. Bang. I've made the sentiment card. I've made the card, stick the sentiment on it, we're done. It just saves so much time. It just saves so much time. So sentiment strips. I know I just talked forever. Oh, another way you can do it, if you want something similar, is using the Dymo label. Dymo? Motex. Dymo. using the Motex label maker that I got from Hobby Hoppers. Does the same thing. I've got this one here that's got sending, and I was going to do a big happy and then thoughts. I've got that to do at a later date as well, because I meant to do it and I messed it up. But another way you can do sentiment strips if that's something that you are into, and they do look really cool on the Motex. Alright, 2 planner things that I'm loving. One I made, one that I did not. Still love this. It's so good. I actually can't wait to get it at work and have people see it sitting on my desk. It is not only looks awesome and makes me smile every single time I see it. It's actually a really good pencil case. I've been carrying it around with me, just in my bag, just going like little Charlotte appointments and stuff. I just keep pens with me now because I need to write things down a bit more often. It's just a good pencil case. It's washable, like wipeable if you get something on it. I've been able to wipe off some vomit. Whoops. But great pencil case, easy to personalize using the Cricut. I'll link that video down below. Alright, this is the last thing I've been loving, and it's clear Post-it notes. I don't know if I've been showing you these in favorites or videos, but I've been using them for everything. So these ones are from May Paper Co. Times Lime and Mortar. It was a collaboration that they did, and you've got some small ones plus some flags. And then this one came out of one of my Chasing Planner piece boxes. Same thing, and I've just cut them down if they're a little bit too big, because I tend to sort of just like to use this much. But what I have been doing is Charlotte has so many doctor's appointments, and some of them we get a lot of notice and some of them we don't get quite as much notice. So what I have been doing is putting them on my little appointments thing here, and then if I have to add one in, and then as I do them I can put it in, and then I just move this one down. So I'll just pick it up. So let's say at the moment she's got OT on the 12th, but if we needed to add something in there like on the 4th, I could just put the 4th there and move the Post-it down so that I keep them, I know when we've got appointments coming up, but I also know when we've been, because you'd be surprised how often that the hospital doesn't know that we've already been there 2 days before. Alright, I think that's it. That's probably the biggest favourites I've done in a long time. Honestly, I have actually had time to play this month, which is why I think I have so much here. But I got stuff out. I used things that were new, obviously, the gel press and the texture paste. Like, there's a lot of new stuff in here, but it feels like there's a lot of old stuff here too I've just rediscovered some things. Maybe that's not true. I think it was just the washi. I found a new way to play with washi tape. I kind of forgot that you could make washi paper, but it's just so much fun. You can do a colour theme. You can do a stripe, like you can do a, I would suggest not doing like an all spots or all stripes, because that can be a little overwhelming, but if you do a colour theme, mwah. Trish has done some really beautiful ones. I know I keep gushing about her Instagram, but she really has done some beautiful things over there. Anyway, that is it for my June favourites. I know I'm not going to have as much time to play in July, but I'm hoping to still be able to bring you favourites at the end of the month. There is another thing that I want to put in here as a favourite, but I'm going to leave it till July because I seriously only made it last week, and so therefore it kind of feels a bit rude to put it in now. I know I've done it in the past, but when I've got so much here, it kind of seems silly. And that was my little planner dangle charm that I made, so go and check that video out, just hinting. Link down below. But I'll add that next month because I am just loving it. I look at it, it makes me smile. So let me know what you've been loving in June. You can leave it down below, or of course you can find me on my socials. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Hope you have an absolutely awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!